And I had this other friend, she worked also at a champ. You hit her up, she would literally reply in the text message. She was like, if this is about the limited edition Jordans, no. I still sent the text message.
You hit her up? Oh my God.
I'm speaking from experience.
How are we gonna talk about... Hey YouTube.
Welcome back to the crib, you guys.
Where you share, speak, and say it your way.
What is on my mind today?
What's on your mind today?
Well, first, I just would like to say that in the last couple of videos, I look like a dope addict. This video, I'm looking like a straight dope dealer.
Looking like a dope addict.
I want to talk about people who take advantage of people.
What about friends that take advantage of you?
Ooh, friends that take advantage of you.
Friends take advantage of you.
Friends. Well, what exactly is taking advantage of somebody?
I personally think when somebody takes advantage of you based on what you can offer them.
What does that mean though? Is that like with sex? Is that with material things, money, status?
If you as that person can benefit to somebody else and they use you for that benefit, whether it be like you work for McDonald's and they only hit you up when they're hungry and they only want to go to McDonald's and eat, like, oh, what's up?
But when you don't have that job anymore, you don't hear from them. I think, honestly, two people said it the best. Kanye and Childish Gambino. Kanye West's Real Friend song, I think, outlines it pretty nicely. And then Childish Gambino says, a good line to me, he was like, and when the check clears, they're not there. Why? Because they don't care. Because like, that's real friend.
That's true.
The people who take advantage of people, it's usually because they lack something. I mean, it may not even be that. Sometimes some people are just so used to that, like they've been personally taken advantage of. Let's say like if you've been used your entire life, or you've always felt used, or you've never had anything, and someone presents something and you see some type of opportunity, you might see that as prey, like, oh, I can actually make a come up, I can actually hustle this person or something, you know? Like someone that may be naive, or someone that just may be overly friendly.
I personally don't think it needs to be deep rooted. I think people do it just sometimes because they don't have any shame and they're like ruthless. Some people just kind of like don't realize what they're doing. Like they see an opportunity and they just get it while they can because they can do it. But I think some people do it just because they just can. They don't have any shame. Just because like somebody can benefit them, they utilize that person to get what they want.
But like, it's the worst when you think it's like a best friend. Like,
that's the worst. Or you think like, it's somebody you're really close with.
And they set it up so nicely like the whole time, you know, like they might even pull a smooth one. Like, no man, no, don't even worry about it. And then you start doing it because they know that you'll do it anyway. And then they just keep doing that, and then eventually they're just like, yo, can I just get this? You know?
Like they get so used to it, they just start asking straight up. That's a problem.
That's when the no shame comes. Yeah. Have you ever been taken advantage of?
I definitely have. I wouldn't even say taken advantage of, I would say more so people only come around when they need something, like butter you up. Hey, how's it going? And you're like, you never text me, how are you before? What do you want?
Exactly.
Like, what do you want now?
I mean, would you prefer, how would you like it?
I would prefer somebody to keep in contact with me.
Would you rather someone butter you up for the kill, or would you rather have someone just come out straight off the woodworks? Yo, haven't talked to you in a minute. Can I get this hotel room? Like, which one would you prefer? I kind of prefer the latter.
I would think that if you were to butter me up, it would be more in-depth in a conversation. Not, hey, how are you? Can I get a hotel room? Like, hey, how are you? How's your boyfriend? How's your family? Long time no talk. We should catch up. Oh, by the way, can you do this? I would be okay with that. But some people are just like...
I'd rather someone just be straight up, because I feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to set up a potential time, like take time out of my life to hang out with this person.
But you wouldn't want to. All knowing
that this person is wanting to just get something from me.
But I think it's like it's like a compensation, right? Like you don't necessarily, it's like you do something for me, I do something for you. Like even though you maybe need something and I haven't talked to you, what can I benefit from you in return? Yeah. Like if that's a little bit of a compromise. But if you're willing to just take and take and take from somebody.
Or if it's mutual, that's cool. Like, yo, Kim, I need this room. If you ever need any discounts on anything else, come holler at me, I got you, but I really need this room, I'm in a crunch.
Exactly.
You know, the people that get taken advantage of the most are people who work at clothing, any type of retail spot. Because I actually had a cousin, he worked for Foot Locker and Champs, and he was the manager. He would just get mad, hit us with people like, yo, the new J's, the new J's, the new J's. Yo, can you get these 11s? Can you get these 12s? Can you get whatever shoes it was?
That's no shame right there.
And he was just like, at first, he was cool with it, because I mean it's cool at first, but then it was like the point where, okay, why am I doing this? You know, like I'm not even getting anything out of this. I'm like trying to hook people up, and that's all they ask me for. And I had this other friend, and she worked also at a Champs, and she just like literally, she just cut people off. Like if you hit her up, she would literally reply in the text message, if like, especially if you hit her up like around December. She was like, if this is about the limited edition Jordans or whatever Jordans are coming out, the 11s, I'm not getting it. Like, no. Like, she would be very upfront. And I was just like, I was cool with that. I still sent the text message.
You hit her up? Oh my God.
I'm speaking from experience.
How are we gonna talk about this?
I feel like I've taken advantage of people and people have taken advantage of me. I feel like when I get taken advantage of, I don't really care as much, because a lot of the times I get taken advantage of, like, not so necessarily financially, because it's not like I'm giving out people loans and stuff for money, no. But if we're going out, I was always raised like to where if someone doesn't have something, you lend a helping hand.
Yeah,
like if you have something, if I'm eating something and I see that you don't have anything, I'm gonna offer to buy you a burger. It's kind of like Southern hospitality, I guess, right? But I feel like people catch on to that, and then they start expecting like, oh, yo, I'm about to go out here. Yo, you trying to go get something to eat real quick?
Because they know.
And then they know that I'm gonna be the one to offer. I'm gonna be the one to buy. So you know. And at first I didn't have a problem with it, but then I started, as I got older and wiser or whatever, however that works, I started to realize, oh, a lot of these people are just using me, or because I have like a dope jacket, they want to borrow it, or 5 pair of shoes they want to borrow. So then eventually I just I got fed up with the whole thing. And
like you almost become like a mean person, because you feel like so many people try to take advantage of you that you just are just blanket no, or like don't even try, like you don't even try to make friends with certain people because you have that idea that they're already going to use you for something. And I think it's hard like to make friends because of that, because you get like so scarred from other people who do stuff to you that you just don't even want to bother to make new friends or go that extra mile to take care of somebody. Bless you.
Thank you. You just got sick.
So you talked about like friends taking advantage of you for what you could provide financially. I think also like for your status. Like let's say if you're high in status, like think about something. Like think about somebody who works in like movie industry or something, or like works with like Hollywood people. Like I could see people like getting close to certain people just because they're like, hey, this person's got hooked up to events, or this person can get like into exclusive concerts or things like that. You know what? That's actually a good point, and all of that is true. But I want to talk about people who take advantage of you and then drop the ball. I know exactly what you mean. I've given people the opportunity, like, hey, I think you would be good in it. Like, how many times have we gone out and I'm like, hey, here's my card, like, let me know if you want to work in the hospitality industry. And like, whatever, I'll hook somebody up with the job. And then I find out like a week or like a couple of days down the line that they're not even working there anymore, because I referred them to a friend of mine or somebody who I've worked with in the past. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, the worst part is like, they don't tell you and then they don't try. Like, I feel like I did all this to get you in there, and then all of a sudden, like, you're not there anymore. So moral of the story, take advantage if it's gonna be a favor. If you're doing favors for favors, that's cool. I wouldn't even say like, because then you're just making it acceptable. Like, I mean, it's gonna happen, let's be real. Like, how often do you hit up people, like, now that you're older and you may be in your 20s or 30s, how many people really hit up people to like have an actual conversation with? No, you usually reach out to people. But those are the type of friends you want. You don't see a lot of those. I'm that type of person that likes to keep contact with people. Like, I'll send a text message like, hey, how you doing? How's your mom doing? I remember she was like sick. I'm that type of person. Just because that's who I am, but it also benefits me because people think about me in return. Me, I'm like completely the opposite. It's like, I'm gonna hit you up if I need something, I will return the favor. Hit me up if you need something, I won't think anything of it. Like, that's kind of where I've got it into, because I just feel like it's at some point, someone's gonna get used at some point. But you've built that trust. You've built that, like, what about you guys? Have you guys ever been taken advantage of, or have you been the person to take advantage of a friend or an acquaintance or a colleague? Are you guilty? Guilty! Let us know your story down below. Let us know what side you're on. We want to hear your story. So that about wraps this video up. Thank y'all for kicking it at the crib. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. And we'll see you guys next time. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.